Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway just updated its portfolio. We finally found out what that secret stock was that Warren Buffett has been buying recently. All that and more. What's up, everybody? It's Evan from Stock Market News. It is 13F season. All these mega cap and institutional investors, including Warren Buffett, Bill Ackman, Michael Burry, etc., people that FinTwit enjoys watching, they are all updating their portfolios as of the end of Q1. So I want to take a look into that, starting with the big one, and we can look into some of the other ones as well later. But Warren Buffett, it was finally revealed that secret stock that Warren Buffett has been buying into was ticker CB, Chubb Limited. It did move higher, about 5% in after hours when I had last looked. We'll see it was there. They actually backdated it too because he had asked the SEC to make it quiet. So it looks like he actually started buying it in Q3 of last year is when he first made that buy, but it was made public right here in this last quarter. So he bought some Chubb, also added to Occidental and Liberty. He reduced his holdings in Chevron, LPX, SiriusXM, Apple, which we had already heard about, Paramount, and then fully sold out of HPQ. That makes it so this is what his portfolio looks like. Apple is about 41% of the equity portfolio. Now, reminder, this is not his entire holdings. Like, they own private companies like Geico, etc., that aren't including it in this. This is just their public companies that they own. And then also another important caveat here that this is their portfolio, and everyone we're going to be looking at their portfolio as of the end of Q1, so March 31st. A month and a half ago at this point. So a little bit of delayed data, but still the best that we have. And for someone like Warren Buffett, who doesn't make a crazy amount of moves, you have pretty good certainty that this is a lot of what his portfolio is going to look like. So Apple up here at 40%. We have the other kind of significant ones. Chubb fitting in here right at 2% of the portfolio. Is this a top 10 holding? Right about there. But we also have a MasterCard. We have an Amazon up here. New. Ally Financial, Snowflake. Snowflake's become a popular stock that I've been watching a good little bit. Here are some of the smaller holdings. Even owns some of the S&P 500, which is interesting. And then this website, which is Datarama. I'm a fan of this one. Pretty cool finding this here for the first time. But they also show the kind of history of the top 20 holdings. So you can see Chubb starting out here, and they even backdated a little bit. So within that first quarter, it was still a top 20 holding when they started buying it. Apple has been the largest holding since Q3 of 2017, and I know they started buying it in Q1 of 2016. Yeah, here it is. So Apple came in as a top 20 holding as well, and you could see the pathway higher to get it into the largest one, which actually happened really quick. So we'll see how long Apple holds the crown. Here are kind of the trends over time of what we've seen. Apple, Bank of America have been steady in that 1 and 2 for a couple years now. There were a lot of other 13Fs that came out, which I did think were interesting. So let's look through a couple of those. Bill Ackman, I know, is a popular one. He reduced some Chipotle during the quarter, sold about 10% of that. I know Michael Burry is, there he is. Michael Burry is an active trader, so his portfolio probably looks a good bit different now than it did on March 31st, but he was betting it on JD and Alibaba. He was a fan of some of the Chinese plays. Activity, this should show some of the sales during the quarter. Yeah, he fully sold out of all of this during Q1 as well from the last report. Google, Amazon, etc. Active trader. It is always interesting to look at some of his 13Fs. All right, let's go through a couple more popular people. Daniel Loeb. A little bit of a bigger portfolio, but let's see the activity. Started positions in Google, Marvell, Goldman Sachs, etc. Increased positions in Amazon and Meta. And here's all the stocks that he sold out of. Not too many, like Uber actually, but not too many crazy popular names on the sellouts. But the buys are some Main Street winners, or shall I say Main Street most popular. Carl Icahn could be an interesting one. Added aggressively to IFF. I feel like I saw a couple people in IFF. Let's see, activity. Yeah, both of the two people we first had activity. Daniel Loeb was selling out. Carl Icahn was buying in. So Carl Icahn and Daniel Loeb on different sides of a trade there. That's an interesting one. Continuing on, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation selling out of Microsoft and Berkshire Hathaway during the quarter. You can see that there, how many shares they sold. Here's that full portfolio as well. There was also a story that Melinda Gates is leaving the foundation. So we'll see how that develops. But Bill Gates, this is where a lot of that foundation, their assets are at. Nelson Peltz still owns that Disney stake, but a lot of that ruling I think might have happened after the end of the quarter. 50% of the fund was in Disney. Viking Global, this should be a bigger one, yeah. This seems a little bit more active. Let's look at the activity. Adding a lot, that, as you can hear my niece maybe in the background, screaming nice and loud. She's cute. Got a lot of new ads. Ooh, started an Apple position, started a Microsoft position. Let's see what they sold out of. And you guys can pause the videos at any time. Sold a little Eli Lilly, but not much though. Fully out of a bunch of these names, but Meta, there. Google, fully out of that one. Okay, quite an active fund here. Chase Coleman's popular. Decent amount of holdings. Let's look into what's changed. Bought a lot into Instacart, or at least increased the percentage. Still not a big holding in the portfolio. Google is. Added a good bit there. Amazon too. Started positions in Astera Labs, Reddit, and Liberty. Following Buffett there. Reduces stake in Uber as well. I feel like that's we've seen that across a couple people. This website's pretty cool though. You can click in and see what activity has happened. Yeah, a lot of movement in Uber, mostly on the sell side. Continuing on, let's see if there's any other ones that I want to touch in here. There's some famous names. Leon Cooperman. Any activity during the quarter? Nice. All right, and then let's look through some of the biggest names in Apple activity so far. This isn't a full up-to-date thing, but this is a good example of a lot of them. A good amount of sells and buys for Apple. We have Buffett obviously selling. Jensen Investment Management. What's this? I don't know. Viking Global buying. Kahn Brothers buying for the first time as well, creating positions. But look how much each of all these shares count, and then Buffett. Yeah, Buffett's on a different level. Tesla, I know, is a popular one. No activity, just some sales. Meta. I'm sure a lot of people from Instagram will be interested in that one. Ooh, okay. A lot of sales in Meta. Daniel Loeb coming in and buying some, but good amount of people over here. Some of the bigger ones, First Eagle Investment Management, Viking Global. This is a popular one. David Tepper selling down a little bit. That was Meta. Amazon. No, actually, let's go NVIDIA next. Not as active as I would have thought. Tepper selling. Samantha McLemore buying. All right, Amazon. Ooh, Amazon's a popular one here. Mostly on the sell side. Interesting. Poland Capital Management selling 1.8 million shares. Christopher Davis selling 1.2 million shares. We did have Viking Global and Chase Coleman from Tiger Global Management. Tiger's a big one. And Daniel Loeb as well buying. So I think that even though there's a lot more people on the sell side, some bigger buy ones here. Interesting one for Amazon. Google, Microsoft as well. And then we can kind of end it after that. Ooh, Google. Oh, no, this is ownership. There you go. Still a lot of people in Google. Third Point starting the position there, standing out. Tiger Global buying 6.2 million shares during the quarter. On the sell side, we had Viking Global selling 3.3 million. Burry selling 35K. Jensen Investment Management selling 500K. So again, more people on the sell side here, but bigger moves and share counts on the buy side of it. Microsoft. Ooh, Microsoft with a lot of activity around this one. A lot of sales again. Viking Global buying 1.6 million shares. And then on the sell side, Bill and Melinda Gates, that took a lot to get out. 1.7 million shares being sold, definitely standing out here. We have a couple like Tepper and Loeb and Armitrage selling a couple 100,000 shares, along with these ones too. And Poland, actually a good amount of people selling a decent amount of shares on Microsoft here. Buying in though, Viking is the real one standing here. Yeah, I think that's pretty decent coverage on a lot of these 13Fs that we got out. I may make some follow up stuff. I've been doing a lot of live streams and talking about this one, and I think we'll kind of play in on this website tomorrow. So if you're seeing this video and you want me to look up whatever stock you want and search it in there, whether it's Palantir, which I know is a popular one, and some other favorites on social media, let me know. Coming on the live streams that I'm hosting. I'll be going live tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. Eastern. So join me there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell button to get notifications. Give this video a like, and I'll catch you all in the next one.